Hi, I'm technical artist and medical educator, and for this video, I'm going to reflect on all the events I participated in July. Now, I'm wearing a yukata today, but this is actually in kimono style. And if you're interested in the differences between a yukata and a kimono and all the whatnots about traditional Japanese clothing, I do a blog. It's a free blog on Patreon, and everything about my life in Japan and everything I do with traditional Japanese wear will be free. And if you're interested in like exclusive content about me as an artist, that's for my patrons. So if you're curious, please check out my Patreon blog from the link in my description. Today, I'm going to talk about Hakubutsu Festival, which is literally museum festival. That's an artist market for those who have a background in anything academic. I've been participating for the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years now. And so, as I said, it's an event that features creators that have a background or some relation to an academic field. So there are biologists and anthropologists and chemists and mathematicians. And to exhibit there, you have to have some sort of academic content. You use about 1 foot of your booth space. And this year, I challenged myself to talk about medical education. First of all, it was a great learning experience for me. I made a visual presentation talking about how a high school student in Japan, when they decide to become a doctor, they enter med school. We have 6 years of medical school, so it's not a postgraduate degree. And then we have 2 years of junior residency. And then we have specialty training. And there are a lot of points where, the structure is still being developed or arguments are being happening. So that it was a whole visual board about that. And I had about a little less than maybe around 10 people stop by to talk in depth about their take on how doctors should be developed. And none of them were doctors. So that was great. A nurse stopped by, patients' families stopped by, and those who are not patients at the moment also were interested, and that was really nice, yeah. So I like Hakubutsu Fest, first of all, because I don't really stand out too much. Usually in other artists market, people would be like, is she featuring bones and organs? That's like grotesque. But like whereas in Hakubutsu Fest, it's like, she's a medicine person, cool. And that's it. So like there's a fish person, like I don't know, an amphibian person, uh, like algebra, geometry person, and then there's an anatomy person. Nice, that's it. So that's what I like about Hakubutsu Fest. And then at the end of July, I went to Japan Society of Medical Education's annual conference, which was held in Toyama Prefecture. I'd never been to Toyama before, so that was great. For this conference in particular, I didn't present any abstracts, so I was there to just sit in and listen to symposiums and participate in workshops. And that's another very important part of me being a medical educator, because I find that it's a very niche field, but many of the topics like psychological safety and well-being, or textbook versus actual field learning, or multidisciplinary education. Those are things that could be applied to anybody in the world. And I feel that a lot of those topics reflect how individuals think about healthcare or just life in general. And it's a reflection of many, many different types of philosophies and values. And I'm really interested in how those different people's ideas and values become one consensus, and then policy is developed and then it's implemented into the actual medical education workforce. And there are conflicts that happen there, but all that is really beautiful, and I always love learning more and then providing feedback to my own workplace and having discussions with my residents. So that also feeds my creative part. So I think being a creative and a healthcare worker both come together for me. Yeah, so that was a quick video on what I've been doing this summer. And in September, I have a solo exhibit in Tokyo. This is a work I'm doing right now. It's called Affirmation. And then I'm going to have another solo exhibit in Sapporo in April. So I'm still working to become what I want to be as a medical educator and an artist. So if you're interested in my career or my life, or if you're interested in me at all, please check out my other videos and Patreon. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.